Next in our toolbox, we will find this. It's called an L-square. You can probably figure out why it's called that. But with the L-square, part of the tool is a ruler. So you'll notice the ruler edge here. This one is in metric and in inches, which is nice. This is also used for you to draw straight lines in a corner. So you can line up your project here, and you can draw a nice, straight, perfect straight line. Instead of you trying to guess it or to mess with the level, this locks right against the edge and gives you a perfectly straight line for cutting or drawing or whatever it is you need to do. Then you will find this common tool. This common tool is one that all of you probably think you know how to use right, but you don't. Let me tell you how we are going to use it correctly in the makerspace. This is probably one of the most dangerous tools in the toolbox if used wrong. This is called a claw hammer. We've got the end here that drives the nails, and we've got the back end here that pulls the nails, or the claw. Now, to use this tool also works like a lever, only your hand is the pivot point. There are three ways to hold the hammer to use it. First of all, we have this. This is called the nibbler. With the nibbler, you get no power on your swing. So as you're driving the nail in, all you can do is nibble it real lightly. This gives you the most control of the hammer, but it also will not really drive anything in. This is the grip we use to get nails started. You can start them off light, and there you go. The second grip that we have is down here at the bottom. This is your power swing. This is going to give you the hardest swing with the hammer. This is also how you break fingers. There is no reason in this space to ever grip the hammer at the back of the handle. You are not framing a house. You are not driving 5-inch nails into wood. So we don't use this grip. It's just dangerous. The grip that we use right here in the middle. Once we get our nibble started at the top, we use our grip here at the middle for our hard driving in of nails. This gives you a balance of control and power. Right here in the middle, this is the swing that will do what we need to do with the hammers. Now, with the hammers, hammers are a safety goggles tool. You've got to wear the safety goggles if you're using the hammer. That way, if the claw comes back and hits, it'll hit the goggles, not your face. Also, we always hammer on the floor. Let me show you why. Here's hammering on the floor. Not too bad. Here's hammering on the table. That's obnoxious. Imagine all of you doing that. So we always will hammer on the floor. Now, if you are hammering on the floor, let me show you how to do it right. To hammer on the floor, we are on the knees. Always be on your knees, hammering on the floor. If you sit back on your knees, don't. Up on the knees. Here's why. When you are hammering, if you are sitting, you will lean over, which means when you hammer, you could take a claw hammer to the face. You do not want that to happen. So when you hammer, you're up high on your knees, and you simply lean over at the waist. Do what you need to do. Again, don't do this, because you're going to get a hammer in the face. That sucks. High up on the knees, bend at your waist, do your hammering. If you need to pull a nail, again, high on the knees, grip the back of the hammer on the nail, and roll. Do not yank on the nail, because then you will take the back end of the hammer right there. Again, that sucks. So instead, pull it here, roll the hammer, and get the nail out. If rolling it doesn't get the nail out, ask an adult to help. Again, we don't pull nails with the hammer because it's just dangerous. All right, let's get back up on the table and finish with our tools. Now we get to some tools that actually all go together, starting with this tool. This is a soldering iron. Some of you might know what soldering is. Soldering is what we use in electrical work to secure connections. Plug it into the wall to get the power going. This will get extremely hot, like ridiculously hot. So when we use this tool, we have the soldering iron stand, just this little piece of metal. The soldering iron can rest on the stand, so that way we can keep it off the table so it doesn't burn the wood tables. And also, we can point it away from us or position it to where we're not going to get hurt when we're soldering. This is a tool that requires adult supervision. Again, some of you are familiar with this tool and have used it a lot. If that applies to you, let the teacher know, prove to them that you know what you're doing, and you can help us use this very dangerous but very useful tool. The final thing you'll find is something you may not have used before. This is called a helping hand. The helping hand is wrapped in bubble wrap and looks like this. The helping hand is also used for soldering projects. The helping hand is used to hold things in the clips so you can use the soldering iron to do your thing. The helping hand also has a much better soldering iron holder than the little piece of metal. But we're only going to use this if we're using these. So we don't have to take every tool out of the box every time we work on something. So that's the soldering iron, the regular stand, and the helping hands if we're really getting in there with our electricity projects. That's the toolbox. Those are the things that you will find in the toolbox. These are the tools that you will most often use or most likely use when you're working in the makerspace. I have some other tools to show you, some that plug into the wall. That'll be in the next video. See you then.